In our previous video, we explored how geography might have been shaped in a world where the Roman Empire never fell. Today we'll focus on the economic impacts of this scenario. How would the global economy have evolved if the Roman Empire had endured? Could port cities like Marseille have transformed into global trade hubs? Could Rome's currency have become a universal standard? In this video, we'll examine the economic implications of Rome's fall and ponder the question, would you want to live in such a scenario? If you're ready, let's embark on a journey into the economic vision of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was a monumental force in shaping the ancient world. Its extensive territories, unparalleled engineering feats, and intricate economic networks created a foundation that influenced civilizations for centuries. But what if Rome never fell? What if its economic framework had continued to evolve and expand, leaving an indelible mark on the global economy? In this video, we'll explore how the enduring presence of the Roman Empire could have shaped trade, technology, and global economic integration. Imagine Marseille, a vibrant port city during Roman times, transforming into the Mediterranean's economic capital. Its strategic position at the crossroads of Europe, Africa, and the Middle East would have made it the epicenter of Roman trade, facilitating connections with regions as far as the British Isles, Arabia, and India. North African grains, British tin, and Eastern spices might have converged here, creating a bustling marketplace and turning Marseille into a cosmopolitan hub akin to modern New York or Dubai. But how would such dominance impact neighboring ports? Smaller hubs like Ostia or Piraeus might have thrived as specialized centers, serving as critical links within Marseille's extensive network. Piraeus could have focused on Eastern luxury goods, while Ostia supported Rome's import demands. Yet, others may have struggled, overshadowed by Marseille's economic and political clout. This centralization could have brought immense prosperity, but also concentrated vulnerabilities, as any disruption to Marseille's dominance might destabilize the wider trade system. Would such a centralized model have created unmatched prosperity or deepened inequalities among the empire's regions? This question highlights both the potential and pitfalls of economic centralization in a Roman-dominated Mediterranean. Building on Marseille's prominence as a trade hub, the broader network of trade routes that sustained the Roman economy warrants attention. The Roman Empire's engineering genius extended far beyond its bustling ports, with its intricate road network serving as the arteries of commerce and communication. These roads were more than just infrastructure. They were symbols of Roman authority, connecting distant provinces to the empire's heart. If Rome had endured, this network might have evolved into something resembling the modern Silk Road, integrating Europe, Asia, and Africa into a cohesive economic system. Imagine an uninterrupted trade route stretching from Britannia to India, seamlessly connecting the Mediterranean with the wealth of the East. Goods like British tin, Egyptian papyrus, Indian spices, and Chinese silk could have flowed freely along this corridor, enriching regional economies and fostering interdependence. Such a route might have also enhanced trade efficiency, reducing the reliance on intermediary states and lowering the costs of long-distance commerce. The benefits would have extended beyond trade, as these routes would have served as conduits for diplomacy, fostering alliances and mitigating conflicts between diverse regions. The impact of this interconnected trade network would not have been limited to material goods. Ideas, technologies, and cultural practices would have traveled these routes just as freely, reshaping societies along the way. Eastern philosophies might have influenced Roman governance, while Roman engineering and legal systems could have found new life in Asia. This mutual exchange could have accelerated technological advancements, such as early industrialization, by centuries. A Roman-led trade network might have also standardized weights, measures, and currencies across regions, streamlining transactions and promoting economic unity. However, such a vast and integrated system would have presented challenges. Maintaining security along the routes, managing resource allocation, and navigating cultural tensions would have tested even Rome's administrative capabilities. The success of these trade routes would have depended on Rome's ability to balance control with cooperation, ensuring that the benefits of interconnectedness outweighed the risks of regional disparities or resistance. Would the empire's ambition have fostered a proto-globalization centuries ahead of its time? Or would the strains of managing such complexity have exposed its vulnerabilities? Turning southward, North Africa emerges as a cornerstone of Rome's economic prowess, often referred to as the empire's breadbasket. This fertile region, particularly modern-day Tunisia, Algeria, and Libya, supplied vast amounts of grain to sustain Rome's growing population and army. However, the region's agricultural potential went far beyond grain. If the empire had persisted, North Africa could have evolved into a diversified agricultural powerhouse, exporting olives, citrus fruits, and even luxury goods like wine and exotic spices to other parts of the empire. This abundance might have not only supported Rome's population, but also facilitated trade with regions outside the empire, cementing North Africa's role in a globalized Roman economy. Such agricultural dominance would have had profound socio-political implications for the region. Cities like Carthage, already a significant cultural and economic center in antiquity, might have grown to rival Rome itself. With the wealth generated from its agricultural exports, Carthage could have developed into a hub of innovation, financing infrastructure projects, universities, and even technological advancements. This newfound influence might have positioned North Africa as a key decision-maker in the empire's affairs, shifting some of the political and economic power away from Rome's traditional centers. However, the prosperity of North Africa could have also introduced significant tensions within the empire. As other provinces became increasingly reliant on the region's agricultural output, imbalances in economic power might have surfaced. Wealth and resources concentrated in North Africa could have fostered resentment among less prosperous provinces, leading to disputes over trade terms, taxation, and the distribution of goods. Furthermore, the reliance on North African grain to sustain the empire might have left Rome vulnerable to disruptions caused by local unrest or natural disasters, such as droughts or plagues, magnifying the region's strategic importance and its risks. Would this dependency have fostered a more interconnected and cooperative empire, or would it have exacerbated internal divisions? On one hand, the integration of North African agriculture into Rome's broader economic framework could have strengthened ties between regions, fostering a sense of unity. On the other, it could have exposed fractures within the empire, as regions competed for access to North Africa's resources. The balance between cooperation and competition would have been a delicate one, shaping not only North Africa's role within the empire, but also the very fabric of the Roman world itself. One of Rome's greatest strengths lay in its relentless pursuit of innovation. From aqueducts that delivered fresh water to urban centers to public baths that became hubs of community interaction, Roman engineering was both functional and transformative. These infrastructural marvels didn't just serve immediate needs, they laid the groundwork for societal advancements. If the Roman Empire had endured, it's likely these innovations would have evolved further, adapting to new challenges and unlocking even greater potential. Imagine expanded irrigation systems capable of transforming arid lands into fertile agricultural zones, addressing food security on an unprecedented scale. Sub-Saharan Africa presents a compelling case for such transformative potential. This vast region, rich in natural resources but historically challenged by its geography, could have experienced a paradigm shift under Roman engineering. With advanced aqueducts and irrigation systems, Sub-Saharan Africa might have supported much larger populations, fostering urban centers where none existed before. These thriving communities could have developed robust agricultural economies, producing staples and luxury goods alike for export. In turn, a dynamic trade relationship between Africa and Europe could have emerged, with African goods like gold, ivory, and agricultural products enriching the Roman economy while fostering mutual dependency. The ripple effects of such advancements wouldn't have been confined to Africa. Rome's technological prowess might have spurred innovation globally, accelerating the timeline of human development. For instance, the empire's early adoption of mechanized tools for agriculture and production could have laid the foundation for an earlier industrial revolution. With Rome's centralized resources and emphasis on engineering, mechanization might have been scaled up centuries earlier, introducing concepts like assembly lines and steam power long before the 18th century. Such progress could have fundamentally altered the global balance of power, with Rome at the helm of a technologically advanced, industrialized world. These advancements would have had profound implications for human progress. A Rome-led industrial revolution might have bridged the gap between ancient and modern civilizations, bringing concepts of mass production, mechanized farming, and urban planning to the forefront far earlier in history. However, this rapid pace of development would also have posed challenges. How would Rome have balanced the social and environmental impacts of industrialization? Would it have maintained its core values of public service and community, or would the pursuit of progress have overshadowed them? The answers to these questions would have shaped not just the empire's legacy, but the trajectory of global civilization as we know it. Another key factor to consider in the Roman economic legacy is the role of currency. The Roman denarius, a silver coin widely circulated throughout the empire, served as a unifying economic tool. It simplified trade, reduced the complexities of currency exchange, and provided a stable medium of value that supported commerce from Britannia to North Africa and beyond. This standardization of currency not only facilitated economic growth, but also reinforced a sense of unity across Rome's diverse regions. If the empire had persisted, this concept might have evolved into a globally recognized single currency, much like the euro in modern Europe. Such a unified currency could have revolutionized global trade and finance. Imagine a world where merchants from the farthest reaches of Europe to the Silk Road's terminus in China operated under a single monetary system. Transaction costs would have plummeted, and economic predictability might have flourished, encouraging cross-border investments and fostering a tightly interconnected global economy. This standardization could also have encouraged the development of advanced financial systems, such as early forms of banking, credit, and insurance, accelerating economic globalization centuries before its eventual emergence. However, this raises an intriguing question. Could such a system truly foster economic equality, or would it have exacerbated disparities between regions? While economically advanced provinces like Italy or Egypt might have thrived under a unified currency, less developed areas could have faced significant challenges. Regions with weaker production capacities or limited access to trade routes might have struggled to compete, finding themselves marginalized within the broader economic framework. The gap between wealthy urban centers and rural or resource-poor regions could have widened, creating new tensions within the empire. Balancing the benefits of a unified currency with the need for regional economic autonomy would have been a delicate challenge for Rome. While centralization offered stability and efficiency, it might have stifled local innovation and adaptability. The success of such a system would likely have depended on Rome's ability to address these regional disparities, perhaps through redistributive policies or targeted investments. In doing so, the empire could have set a precedent for balancing global standardization with local needs, a challenge that remains relevant in modern economic systems today. Finally, the enduring presence of Rome would have signified more than just economic prosperity. It would have fundamentally reshaped global culture. The empire's extensive trade network served as conduits for more than goods. They facilitated the exchange of ideas, traditions, and artistic practices. Imagine a world where Roman legal principles, renowned for their clarity and fairness, intertwined with Persian philosophical teachings about governance and ethics. Such a blend could have laid the foundation for a universal framework of law and governance, harmonizing diverse cultural perspectives into a shared global ethos. Similarly, the integration of African craftsmanship into Roman architecture might have introduced bold new aesthetics, merging intricate carvings and vibrant colors with the grandeur of Roman engineering. This cultural fusion would likely have influenced every aspect of life, from art and education to religion and technology. Roman theaters, enriched with elements from African performance traditions and Eastern storytelling techniques, might have offered audiences a uniquely global narrative experience. Religious practices could have evolved into hybrid traditions, reflecting the spiritual philosophies of diverse regions. These cultural exchanges would not have merely enriched the Roman Empire, but could have set the stage for a truly interconnected world. The resulting tapestry of influences might have transcended regional identities, creating a shared cultural and economic legacy that defined the global landscape for centuries to come. The question remains, would a world shaped by an enduring Roman Empire be better or merely different? The centralization of trade and economic systems might have brought stability, but at what cost? The loss of regional diversity and innovation could have created a more homogeneous world, stifling the very creativity that drives progress. As we imagine this alternate reality, one thing is certain: the economic legacy of Rome, even in its historical form, continues to inspire. Perhaps the greatest lesson lies in its resilience and adaptability, a reminder that the seeds of progress are often sown in the most unexpected of places. Would you have thrived in such a world, or do you prefer the one we've inherited? Share your thoughts in the comments below.